Okay, Charles Hadley Park is I would say the hub for this community.
Now STEAM is where you put science, technology, engineering, and math, but you add art to it, which is an extremely important component because there's kids that might think that they can't do science, technology, engineering, and math, but they'll do art. And by doing art, we sort of sneak them in the back door to get into the other STEM programs, which is exactly what we've done here. The first program that we've done is electrical circuits. It's a component kit called Little Bits. And it's very, very similar and built on the idea by a woman from MIT where she used the Legos concept. Except with this concept, the modules are electrical circuits. Lights that go on, buzzers, batteries, bells, whistles. And the kids have done everything from build their own flashlights to a solar house. So it's quite exciting.
You could think of Little Bits as Legos for electronic devices. In the modern age, most kids have cell phones, laptops, and electronic devices, but they know how to use it, but they don't know how it actually works.
In Andy's, I like the way that we do the bar graphs, the flashlight, and the branch are connected to make lights.
Every time I bring a new item out on the table, like a button, a dimmer, a motor, they're always interested. They've always been wanting more, and we're trying to provide more and see how they react to the little bit, such as how they see it in their everyday life, such as switch. They see the switch when they're turning on rooms and the like, and even motors when they have fans at home.
We connect stuff, make like a house and stuff, and then we show how the lights work. We did a mini golf with a fan.
We get to put the dimmers, the bar graph, and the branches together and build flashlights, houses, and other things.
There was 2 other classes that were very important to this camp. We had coding, and the kids learned how to build their own games by actually coding using Kodu.
We get to program, like how to program games, like a game called Kodu.
So I'm teaching these kids 2 different things. One is how computers and programs actually work. And the second part, which is somewhat more interesting to the younger kids especially, would be how to create and deal with video games. So the idea here with this camp is to transform a bunch of kids who would normally be players of video games into creators of video games.
The program, you get to do races, and we program the rovers so that we could take the rovers wherever we want to go.
And in Geico, we learned how to make a game and made a world and race cars and stuff.
They also did video production, and in the video production classes, they were put into different groups: director, screenwriter, art director, and producer. Each one of them had to learn exactly what that person did. And then they went about and did everything from a motion capture movie to documentary films. They documented not only each other to learn what the other students were learning in the electrical circuit classes or the gaming classes, but they also interviewed the seniors to see what it was like growing up at their age. And they learned history. It was an oral history by doing the documentary film.
I like Mr. Ray's class the most because it teaches you how to film and get shots of the seniors and lets you know what they do during the day and shows you like positive things.
For the kids to understand video editing software, it helps them not only just use a computer but also be creative, that they can make a movie from anything. So based off a cell phone, they can make an amazing film, probably the same that they get inspired to maybe pursue something in the film industry or make more movies about themselves and tell their story.
I like Mr. Ray's class because you get to do the interviews.
It helps you become a director because it teaches you the steps how to be somebody in life when you're recording or doing electronics or making video games.
I like Mr. Ray's class because you get to do the interviews.
Why I like it is because we make movies, it's fun, and I did stuff that I've never done before.
Right now, they're really ecstatic about just working with the computer and seeing their film that they worked so hard for come to life, which makes them say, hey, I want to make another movie.
I learned how to work the tripod when you on the camera. I learned how to do shot selections on the camera. I learned how to distance the cameras and angles when you're recording. And I learned how to move the camera without you moving your whole body with it.
What we do is that we make our own movies. Well, we learn a lot of lessons, how in life when we buy like a camera, just how to use it, how not to drop it, how to put stuff in it, how to film people, ask them good questions.
When I grow up, I've always wanted to be a movie director and filmer. So this class would give me a lot of experience.
So we covered all the bases. We made sure that they weren't just having fun, which they did, I assure you. They weren't just learning how to play the games and make the games, but they were learning how to spell, how to communicate with each other, how to present themselves for themselves to one another. We would not have been able to do this without the support, the fabulous support of the city of Miami. I have to tell them thank you so much. They spared no expense whatsoever. They bought the little bits, they bought backup kits, they bought all the supplies that was needed. Everything that we were teaching in these classes is life skills that can be useful not only today or tomorrow, but when they're looking for a career or when they're looking for a college education. We wanted to make sure that whatever they learned could be carried with them throughout life.